Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on the 7th episode of Dining with Dave. Now on today's episode we're going to tantalize some taste buds with one of my all-time favorite recipes, barbecue chicken pizza. In this large mixing bowl I have 1 1/3 cups of warm water. It's about 110 degrees. And we're going to add 1 package of active dry yeast and let that sit for about 5 minutes to activate it. Okay, now we're going to add some all-purpose flour. This is about 3 3/4 cups worth. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Okay, I have all the ingredients mixed together in this dough now. I'm going to spend about the next 10 minutes kneading it together. I'm going to transfer this dough now into a bowl that's been given a light coat of olive oil, and we'll just flip that around, get the dough coated on both sides, and we'll put a sheet of plastic wrap over the bowl. And I'm putting my dough in a nice warm place, top of the fridge this time. That's going to rise for the next hour and a half or so, and the dough should get to be about twice the size it is now. Alright, while that dough is rising, we're going to start prepping the rest of the ingredients for this barbecue chicken pizza. Before I do that though, I do have one more order of business to take care of. I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. We'll be roasting some chicken in a minute here. Okay, I'm going to start chopping up this red onion and this pineapple. We need about 3/4 cup of each. Okay, we're going to roast our chicken now. I'm just going to start by coating this pan with some cooking spray. And we'll drop a chicken breast in there. That's about 10 ounces. Alright, now to season this chicken, I'm going to use some of this Chef Paul Prudhomme poultry seasoning. I like this stuff because the dude looks just like Dom DeLuise. And I'm going to throw that in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes. Look at that dough! It grew! It's alive! Now we made enough dough to make about 2 12-inch pizzas. I'm using a 15-inch pie pan this time, so I'm going to take about 2/3 of that dough and then save the rest for breadsticks. I'll just remove our plastic wrap and punch it down. So we'll cut off about 1/3 of that dough, and we'll take the rest of it, form it into a ball, wrap it loosely in plastic wrap, and then let it sit for 15 minutes. Okay, while that dough is resting, we're going to start grating our cheeses. I have some Gouda jalapeno and some Havarti spice. We're going to use about 4 ounces of each. Okay, I'm going to start rolling out the dough. I have a lightly floured work surface here. We're just going to put the dough on that, start rolling it out. Once you start getting the dough rolled out, you want to start scoring it. Just put some holes in it with a fork here, and that's going to do 2 things. One, it'll help to prevent bubbles in the dough, and it also helps it to hold its shape. Alright, we're just going to transfer this dough now to our pizza pan. And I'm just going to trim up some of these edges here. And I'm just forming a lip around the edges now. That's going to be the crust of our pizza. We'll score it one more time. And I'm just giving this crust a nice light coat of olive oil. That helps stop the filling from making it too soggy. Okay, we took the chicken out of the oven. That's looking nice and roasted and beautiful now. And we're going to bump the temperature up to 400 degrees. Now I'm going to be using some Famous Dave's barbecue sauce. I like this stuff because it has my name on it. We're going to take about 1 cup of that, put it in a bowl. Then we'll chop up this chicken breast into some nice bite-sized pieces. We want to make sure all that chicken gets a really nice coat of barbecue sauce. Okay, all the ingredients are ready to go now, so it's time to start assembling the pizza. Alright, I'm going to make a thin layer of barbecue sauce on this crust now. That's about 1 tablespoon. And we'll spread our Gouda jalapeno cheese on there. And we're putting on the chicken now, making sure all these pieces are evenly distributed. Okay, we're putting on a layer of our red onion now, and we'll throw in some pineapple chunks. And finally, a layer of our Havarti spice cheese. Okay, that's ready to go in the oven now. We're going to put it in there for about 15 minutes at 400 degrees. Alright, it's the moment of truth. We're going to pull the pizza out of the oven now. Oh man, look at that. That looks amazing.
I'll fight you for it, boys. There's a party in my mouth.
How do you even sit around and eat that crust? I mean, seriously, it's that good.
Pizza never stood a chance.
I'm gonna give it a 5, just like your crab cakes. And I am a pizza expert, at least an eater.
I'm gonna go ahead and give your pizza a 4.5. Not because it wasn't excellent. It's just the spice was a bit much for me. I'm kind of a spice wimp. Everything else, the flavors, the texture was great.
I'm going to go 4.5 stars on this pizza as well. It was really excellent, if I do say so myself, but I forgot to put the jalapenos on it, so that's an automatic half-star deduction. Well, I guess that about wraps it up for this episode of Dining with Dave. The barbecue chicken pizza was awesome. Thanks for watching.